The sun in Egypt was a fiery eye. It woke me up every morning. My name is Setka. I lived near the Nile River. The great river was life itself. It gave us water and food. My village was close to something huge. Something new and amazing was being built. It was the Great Pyramid for Pharaoh Khufu. It reached for the sky, a giant stone mountain. My father helped build it. His name was Kemwaset. He was a stone cutter. His hands were rough and strong, like old leather, tough from work. He chipped away at giant blocks of limestone. Day after day, the sound of his chisel was music. Well, maybe not music. More like a very loud, very constant tapping, tap, tap, chip. He worked hard under the hot sun. He wanted the pyramid to be perfect for our pharaoh. He said it was important work. Our home was a small mud brick house. It was cool inside, away from the sun. Not like the construction site. That place baked all day long. I would often take water to my father. He would smile, his face dusty. "Thank you, my son," he would say. His voice was tired but kind. I looked at the pyramid. It was so big. Bigger than anything I'd ever seen. It made me feel very small sometimes. Every day, hundreds of men worked. They pulled ropes, they shouted commands, they moved stones that were bigger than boats. Dust filled the air. It tasted like the desert itself. I watched them, fascinated. How did they do it? How did they make something so enormous? It was a city of workers, a city of noise and effort, all for one giant, silent tomb. Or was it more than just a tomb? My days were split in two. Part of the day I helped my father. I carried his smaller tools. I fetched water when his skin jug was empty. Sometimes I swept away the stone chips. It was not easy work. The sun was always there, watching, burning. My arms would get tired. My feet would ache from the hot sand, but it was good to help. Father said every hand, even small, was useful. The other part of my day was different. I went up to the temple school. A stern priest named Imhotep taught us. He had sharp eyes. He missed nothing. We sat on the cool stone floor. We learned to read and write hieroglyphs. The sacred symbols were like magic pictures. Each one told a story or an idea. Learning them was like unlocking little secrets. It was hard. My fingers fumbled with the reed pen. At school we learned about the gods, Ra, the sun god, who sailed his boat across the sky, Osiris, lord of the afterlife, Isis, the great mother. Their stories were exciting. Full of magic and power, we learned prayers and songs. Sometimes we even learned numbers. How to count the grain sacks or the blocks for the pyramid. It was very different from the noise of the construction site. It was quiet here, thoughtful. I liked school mostly, even though Imhotep was scary sometimes. It felt important. Knowing things felt good. It was a different kind of strength than my father's. His was in his arms. Mine, I hoped, would be in my mind. I wanted to understand more than just how to chip stone. I wanted to know why. Why the pyramid? Why the stars? Why everything? My mind buzzed with these thoughts. The pyramid was more than stone to me. I knew it was Pharaoh Khufu's resting place, his journey to the afterlife, but I felt there was more. A deeper secret hidden in its shape, in its perfect lines pointing to the heavens. My father saw the stones, he saw the hard work. I saw those things too, but I also saw a mystery, a giant puzzle waiting to be solved. I wanted to be the one to solve it. At night, the desert sky was amazing. So many stars, like tiny diamonds scattered on black velvet. I would lie on my back. I would look up for hours. The stars seemed to whisper. They told stories older than the Nile. I tried to understand their patterns. I learned some of their names from the priests, the imperishable stars in the north, the ones that never set. Why were they so important? I had a feeling they were connected to the pyramid somehow. I wondered about the gods too. Did they really watch us from the Duat? Did they guide the wind that cooled my face? The wind felt alive. Sometimes it was a gentle sigh, sometimes it was a powerful roar. I often asked myself questions. Why did the Nile flood every year? How did the sun know when to rise and set? The priests gave answers, but sometimes their answers just made me ask more questions. I wanted to find my own. My dreams were full of these things, not just of chipping stone. I dreamed of flying over the pyramid. I dreamed of talking to the stars. I dreamed of finding hidden chambers, chambers filled with ancient scrolls, scrolls that held all the secrets of the universe. This longing for knowledge burned inside me. It was a fire that the desert sun could not quench. It was my own special kind of fire. This curiosity was a powerful thing. It pushed me. It made me want to learn more. More than what they taught at the temple school. More than what my father could show me. He taught me about hard work, He taught me about dedication. Those were good lessons, very important. But my heart yearned for something else, something hidden. Something about the great design of everything. One day I saw a master scribe. He was near the pyramid. He was looking at a long roll of papyrus. It was covered in complex hieroglyphs and strange drawings, lines and angles, numbers I did not understand. He seemed to be checking the pyramid's alignment, making sure it was perfect. He looked very wise. He held the secrets I wanted to know. His eyes scanned the great structure, then back to his scroll. I felt a surge of courage, or maybe it was just too much curiosity. I took a deep breath. My heart was beating like a drum, like the drums that kept the rhythm for the stone pullers. I walked a little closer, not too close. I did not want to disturb him. He was clearly very important, but I wanted to see, I wanted to understand, even a tiny piece of what he knew. This was a step, a small one. He did not notice me at first. He was too busy, too focused on his important work. I just watched. I tried to burn the symbols into my memory. Maybe, just maybe, I could ask him a question later. Or perhaps I could find a discarded piece of papyrus, something to study. This was the beginning. My dream was big, like the pyramid. But even the biggest pyramid starts with a single stone. My journey for knowledge had just begun.